Hello, my friend. This is Clyde. Treat the children well. Psalm 127 verses 3 and 4 say, "Children are a heritage from the Lord, offspring a reward from him. Like arrows in the hands of a warrior are children born in one's youth." Recently, there was a miracle story out of India. A newborn baby with an uncut umbilical cord was found in a wooded area nestled among a litter of puppies. The infant was rushed to the hospital, and the reports stated that the infant would have died except it was kept warm by the pups. Some time ago, I heard of a fairly wealthy family that decided they wanted to adopt a child. An infant child was found in the foster care system, and they were ready to proceed with the paperwork when the agency told them that they might not be able to adopt the baby as planned because they did not want to break up the family of 3 children. The couple thought about it for a while, and eventually they made it clear that they will adopt all children. 2 precious stories, each with a happy ending. God is an amazingly creative God. One of the most amazingly miraculous features of life is the birth of a child. Stop and think about it. 2 people had a sexual encounter, and a few days or weeks later, she sensed that she is pregnant. How did that happen? You know the biology of it, but doesn't it blow your mind that stuff from the man and stuff from the woman were fused and started to grow, and 9 months later, out comes a baby? They vary in sizes, in weights, in looks, but it is the gift of human life. God is an expert, and each baby born is a masterpiece of God, carefully crafted to bear the image of God. The text is so beautiful, my friend. Children are a heritage of the Lord. Heritage, inheritance, gift. In some instances, when some people get an inheritance, they carefully put it to proper use, while some others, like the proverbial son in the biblical story, squander the inheritance by reckless decisions and actions. 2 persons, each with an inheritance, but sadly one wastes the inheritance, which is certainly not the intention or the expectation of the one who gave the inheritance. The other one is more conscientious and does wonders with the inheritance. That is exactly what happens to children. Some parents cherish the baby. This baby is a heritage of God, an inheritance from God. God in his creativity chose that woman to be the mother of this child, but sometimes very bad decisions are made, like the case of the baby found in the forest in India. No one knows for certain what led the mother to abandon her newborn baby, but God was merciful and he saved the baby's life. But seriously, parents have a responsibility to God to care for these innocent lives, because God was intentional when he chose that man and that woman to be parents to this infant. Oh, let us look at the next line, that the offspring is his reward. Why would God reward a couple with a baby? It seems to me that God loves the infant from before he was formed in his mother's womb. Isn't that amazing? God does not wait inside the labor and delivery unit of the local hospital to start loving this infant. No, God was way ahead in the loving process. I believe that every child is priceless, and God chose this woman to be the one to carry this baby to the day of birth. How do you look on this baby, and what you do, and what do you see? Some people are just enthralled at the sight of their baby, while others start planning for college, and still some people don't know what to do with this bundle of joy. From the second story, we see a possible case of a mother who gave up her children to be raised by someone else. She could well be loving her babies. They deserve a better life than she could ever offer them. Those children who are kept by the loving parents, or those who are abandoned, or deliberately placed in the adoption bureau, they are God's heritage. God has chosen you to be the parent, and you ought not to treat this as another item that you can recklessly harm this infant physically, emotionally, socially, spiritually. But know that any bad that is done to a little child, that is someone who will give God a sound report of your stewardship of this child. And I'm including adoptive parents. The person who adopts a child has to honor that decision to become a parent, has a moral and spiritual obligation to raise this child in a godly manner. Each child is a heritage from God. The text goes on to say this of children: like arrows in the hands of a warrior are children born in one's youth. I love this picture. Before you ill-treat or be mean to a child, let us look at the arrows in the hands of the hunter. A hunter has a limited set of arrows and is going to make every effort to use the arrow only when it is absolutely necessary and when he believes it will hit the spot. No one wants to waste a good arrow. It is hardly likely that it could be used again, depending on the state that the arrow is in after a wasted effort is made. So, Mr. Hunter, be careful in how you use your arrow. Oh, and don't forget to get care for your arrow. The hunter oils the arrow periodically because he wants to protect it from rust and destructive elements. In like manner, the faith-based parent will carefully and prayerfully trust God and prepare the child to serve God and to serve the society to have a positive impact on the world. My friend, children are special. They are priceless and they deserve the best in life. Let us start by simply loving each child. Treat the child well. God will accept no less.